Do you think a nursing home guarantees a comfortable, easy life? At 80, I thought so too. My family encouraged me, promising that I would find peace, comfort, and proper care. I entered the nursing home full of hope, but the reality was nothing like I imagined. What I lost wasn't just the familiarity of my old home. It was my freedom, my autonomy, and the simple joys of everyday life. The change was subtle but profoundly life-altering, in ways I never anticipated. If you're considering this option for yourself or a loved one, pause for a moment. Listen to my true story to understand the realities waiting behind the doors of a nursing home, the truths no one talks about. 6 painful truths about nursing home life. 1. Losing independence, the high price of convenience. Freedom doesn't disappear overnight. It's taken away piece by piece. At the nursing home, I could no longer decide when to wake up, what to eat, or even when to step outside for fresh air. Every small action was governed by a rigid schedule. Reading late at night? Not allowed. Eating lunch later because you're not hungry? Impossible. Taking a spontaneous walk? Requires permission. Day by day, I forgot what it felt like to truly own my life. The little joys, making tea, choosing my clothes, faded into sterile silence. Don't assume you can easily regain independence once you surrender it. Dependency quietly erodes you, and one morning you wake up realizing you're no longer yourself. Before stepping into a nursing home, remember, what you lose is not just a house, but your freedom, your dignity, and the very meaning of your life. Fight to preserve your independence, because once it's gone, the road back is nearly impossible. 2. Feeling forgotten. The silent heartbreak of nursing home life. In the beginning, my family kept their promises. They visited, they called, they laughed with me. But life outside kept moving without me. Visits became rare. Phone calls grew shorter. Holiday promises turned into last-minute apologies. Sitting by the window, I spent long days watching the door, hoping it would open. Not because my family stopped loving me, but because when you're no longer part of everyday life, you quietly fade from memory. The loneliness crept in slowly, not all at once. Each uneaten meal, each silent afternoon chipped away at my heart. If you're considering a nursing home for a loved one, ask yourself, do you have the patience and love to make sure they don't feel forgotten? Because sometimes, what they need most isn't a soft bed. It's your simple, irreplaceable presence. 3. Losing purpose, the emptiness that cannot be filled. At home, every day had meaning. Watering my plants, brewing coffee, tidying up, simple tasks, but they gave me purpose. In the nursing home, all of that vanished. Meals were served, rooms cleaned, everything handled by others. There were no plants to tend, no small corners to care for. I told myself, enjoy the rest you deserve after a long life. But rest turned into endless waiting. Days dragged on without goals, motivation, or excitement. I saw it in others too. Vibrant souls now sitting silently, just watching time pass. Carpenters, teachers, mothers, all fading away into the slow march of monotony. When you lose your sense of purpose, your spirit begins to wither. If you're considering a nursing home, ask, is there a way to help your loved one keep doing things that make them feel alive, before surrendering them to endless, aimless waiting? 4. Declining health, the quiet, ruthless cost of nursing homes. Before moving into a nursing home, I was relatively strong for my age. I cooked, walked daily, tended my garden. These little routines kept me alive, inside and out. But nursing home convenience became a dangerous trap. Meals delivered, chores done, little need to move or stretch. At first, it felt luxurious, but soon my legs weakened. My back stiffened. Strong steps became shaky ones. I watched others too, once independent residents slipping into wheelchairs, their strength vanishing faster than anyone expected. Nursing homes offer comfort, but at the risk of your most precious asset, your health and independence. If you're considering this path, ask yourself, will you still have the drive to stay strong when everything around you encourages passivity? Because once your body weakens, reclaiming strength becomes almost impossible. 5. Losing privacy, The erosion of dignity in nursing homes. At home, I had my space. I could close my door, sit in silence, live on my own terms. In the nursing home, privacy disappeared. Staff entered at all hours. Even private moments, dressing, bathing, using the restroom, required assistance, waiting, and permission. Sharing a room with a stranger wasn't always peaceful either. Some were loud, forgetful, disruptive, making sleep and personal space rare luxuries. You no longer live. You merely exist in a space that isn't yours. If you're considering a nursing home, ask, are you ready to surrender privacy, dignity, and personal control just for convenience? Because when dignity fades, the deepest wounds are invisible but devastating. 6. It's harder to leave than you think. When I first arrived, I thought, if it doesn't work, I'll just go home. I couldn't have been more wrong. My home sat empty, deteriorating. My family started rearranging things, even considering renting it out. When I finally expressed wanting to leave, doubts clouded every conversation. Are you strong enough to live alone? Is it safe? Meanwhile, my physical strength had declined, my confidence eroded. What once seemed temporary became permanent. Many friends around me experienced the same. They moved in for a short time and never left. Once independence, strength, or financial resources are lost, going back is no longer an option. If you're considering a nursing home, ask yourself, are you prepared for the possibility that once you step in, you may never step out? Nursing homes, a solution or a silent trade-off. Not all nursing homes are terrible, but don't confuse convenience with real happiness. If I could do it again, I would fight harder to stay home longer, to seek help without surrendering my entire life to a system. Because moving into a nursing home isn't just changing your address, it's surrendering your freedom, dignity, and reasons for living. Before you decide, ask yourself, do you truly need a nursing home, or are you just choosing the easier path for now? Every small habit, every daily choice, every personal joy is worth protecting for as long as you can. If you found this story valuable, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to hear more real stories and essential wisdom about aging, independence, and living life to the fullest. We're here to walk alongside you every step of the way.